This is an old Honda XR500 engine. I would like to line up the timing mark in here because I would also like to install the camshaft on top. So right now I'm using a piece of plastic pipe to support the chain and a piece of wire to basically position the pipe in place so it doesn't want to come down. And like this, the engine can still turn slowly and the chain will just slide on that piece of pipe. And I sure don't want to drop that chain down inside the engine. I wanted to remove this plug without damaging the slot. And I can see that I've had a tool in there, but I think the damage to that slot is fairly minimal. I ended up using one of these to make a tool for that. So this one, I ground this corner down so that it was more of a correct width, and then also took some off of the end so that it wasn't so sharp, more of a blunt end now, and also a bit of a curve to it. So it got the job done. And I would also like to make a tool for the to hold onto the sprocket to turn the engine, for lining this up here. The Kickstarter I don't think is very precise, and if I turn it a bit too far, well then you know, I can't turn it backwards. So on the sprocket I can. I bumped it up a few gears in the transmission, and I have the spark plug out. So here's some of what I want to use to make a tool for that. And I think when this is basically done, I think if I weld a nut on the end of it, then I think that should be, I think that should work. These pieces are cut and prepped for welding. So this piece here, it doesn't have to have that hole there, but the hole was there when I cut it off. So the hole can be there. And nut gets welded on somewhere around there. And I thought this was a piece of solid rod. It's actually not. So I would like to save this maybe for some other project which I'm not aware of yet. But I'd rather use, this would be strong enough. Like, I don't think that's going to be a problem. It'll be strong enough to turn the engine. But I'm going to save this for something else, maybe. And I think I've got some solid rod on the in my steel pile there. I'll use that instead. Well guys, I actually made a bit of a mistake here. What I should have done is weld the nut on the inside rather than the outside. This will still work, but a box end wrench will fit better on the nut with that weld, you know, without that weld in the way. So yeah, so I think I'll weld it on the inside and then grind off the welds on the outside. So it turns out I don't actually need to put a wrench or a socket on this tool. The engine turns over easy enough by hand. And I can turn it somewhat by hand just using the sprocket, but not very well and not very far. So this gives me, I guess it gives me more grip and less pain on the hand. So anyways guys, thanks for checking out another video.